The fallout from today's Oval Office blow-up continues tonight with both President Trump and Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelenskyy telling their side of the story hours after tensions came to a boiling point at the White House this afternoon.
Beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Cards.
Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting?
It started with the two sides looking to strike at least the framework of a deal with Ukraine, giving the U.S. access to its deposits of rare earth minerals. But the conversation quickly turned contentious, with Zelenskyy at one point questioning Vice President JD Vance about whether Russia would really honor any deal. Vance took offense and accused Zelenskyy of patronizing him and Trump in front of the media.
What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
A scheduled news conference with the two leaders was scrapped, and Zelenskyy left the White House with no mineral rights agreement signed. Tonight, Ukrainians here in Pittsburgh are reacting to that contentious meeting and wondering what's going to be happening next. KDKA's Ricky Sayer is live outside a Ukrainian church in Carnegie with more. Ricky.
Yeah, we were here just last weekend as they rang bells to mark 3 years since the start of the Ukraine war, the war in Ukraine. And, you know, there is a significant community of Ukrainians here in Carnegie, and they have leaned on each other for support on days like this one. This event was already supposed to bring attention to Ukraine.
The country is suffering daily for 3 years.
Now, their attention is turned to that heated Oval Office meeting.
It's first and foremost on people's minds. You know, a lot of the Ukrainian people supported President Trump.
Up at least until Friday afternoon. That included this woman who moved here from Ukraine at the start of the war.
I don't know why President Mr. Trump was unpolite with our president, because we really polite for American president.
I was appalled. It looked like a bad movie.
I was surprised. I don't know why he protect Putin. Putin is killer. Putin is terrorist.
The fear we heard in the gallery was shared when we spoke with two Ukrainian clergymen on the phone.
JD Vance's behavior today accelerated any movement towards World War III.
All three of them were like petulant teenagers.
And it's surreal and confusing, to say the least.
Zelenskyy lost his cool, and they also lost their cool. It wasn't very diplomatic.
I really was torn because I love the country, the United States of America, but I was embarrassed by the behavior that we displayed.
He told us he is proud of Zelenskyy and shared more hope for peace than what we heard from other clergymen.
I see more hope here. So this interview didn't go well on camera, but it's one of the bigger steps taken in 3 years.
The Ukrainian woman we spoke with says regardless of American support,
Ukrainian will still protect our land. I promise you, Ukrainian will still protect our home.
The event you saw there is part of Art, Love, Freedom in Carnegie. Starting next weekend, they will have 2 events per weekend until the end of March. Live in Carnegie, Ricky Sayer, KDKA-TV News.
Ricky, thanks. CBS News reports tonight Ukrainian officials reached out to senior White House officials later today, eager to resume talks. Stay with KDKA and CBS News as we monitor developments.